Hey everybody, Naturallyicethis here, the frozen one. Question of the day: who do you think was the best technical wrestler ever? That's a really hard question to ask. You can go back to the older days and you can talk about what Ric Flair. When Ric Flair first started out, Ric Flair was actually a really good technical wrestler. But the more popular it became, and then becoming in the groups like the Four Horsemen, and being the leader of the Four Horsemen, becoming a NWA World Championship holder, and so forth. Things changed for Flair, but really, if you look back and watch him, he really had a lot of good technical moves. So I rate him in like the top 5. And by no means, or what I say is a given, because I'm just trying to go back by memory and express my opinion there. Also, back in the old WWF days, there was a wrestler named Tito Santana. I'm sure a lot of you remember who Tito was. Tito, Mexican wrestler, also really came up, and he had a lot of really good technical moves. Tito never really gained the stardom that he could have. He was really a great wrestler. His popularity was very, very high, but as far as becoming a real big superstar, it never really happened for him, and it's unfortunate for him because he was a great tag team partner with whomever he had. He had Tony Garea at one point, and so forth. So Tito was another good wrestler. Another name that comes to mind was Dean Malenko. He had so many different moves. Malenko, it's a shame he had back injuries and his career didn't go as long as it could have. But Malenko back in ECW and the WCW days, really, he had some great matches with the likes of Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho. He was probably one of my favorite technical wrestlers. I really thought that he really was in the ring, had a lot of great moves. So he's up there also, along with Tito Santana and Ric Flair. Now I want to mention the late Chris Benoit, who, in my opinion, was like number 2 on the list. I think Benoit was one of the best ever technical wrestlers. He just knew ways to get to you. He did become a bigger superstar, and he kept on wrestling with his technical moves, and then he invented the crippler crossface, and he always had his patented flying headbutt. But all in all, Benoit, as far as being a technical wrestler, was one of the best in the business. I think, now, like I said, this is my opinion. I would gladly have comments, because I'm sure I'm missing a lot of people in this video. But to me, Bret the Hitman Hart was probably the best technical wrestler I've ever seen. And also, he continued on with his popularity. He was a great superstar in the 80s and 90s, and in the late 90s with WCW, which they didn't use him well. But getting back to his technical moves, Bret was one of the very best. As he said, he's the best that ever was and the best that ever will be. And you guys know the slogan with him: the best there is, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be. And in my mind, I miss him. If he was around today, it would make the wrestling industry more interesting. But to me, he is my top wrestler on the list as far as technical wrestlers go. And I value everybody's opinion. I mean, because I know I've left people out. So if people out there have other people that I've forgotten out, please let me know, and I'll make a response to all of that. But the wrestling industry is a little different now. You don't see as much technical wrestling as you used to. A lot of the younger guys that come up do start off and have their technical wrestling, and as they become more popular, you sort of move away from that. You have your finishing moves and this and that. So, but technical moves are relevant in becoming a star, I think, because everybody notices those type of moves that you're doing, and you build upon them. So, but in any event, Bret Hart's my number 1, Chris Benoit's my number 2, Dean Malenko's my number 3, Tito Santano's my number 4, and Ric Flair's my number 5. And this is, definitely not scripted in stone. So, like I said, I'll be glad to hear some comments and responses. And just thanks for watching. And everybody have a great Tuesday and watch ECW tonight. Thanks a lot. The Frozen One, Naturally Ice This, said so long. We'll see you later.